NRIs. Welcome to this Finance Chapel YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Maria. I'm a financial coach. Recently, I heard one very sad story. One person from Kuwait, he was in India, and 2 months back, he has taken a quote for health insurance. Till 2 months, till he wanted to go back to Kuwait, he has not taken any decisions till that time. And one fine day, I got a call saying that person's son is calling me and saying that my dad is having a heart problem and we wanted to claim. Can I immediately get a health insurance? I said, sorry, we cannot help this moment. So this is a sad story, and they spent approximately 4 lakh rupees for their angioplasty. Now, why I am sharing this story with you? The reason behind this, you may be having a lot of things in your list when you come back to India for a vacation. But please give importance to your health insurance. Not only when you come to India, before coming to India, please plan for that. Now, why I am saying this and what are the important things you have to take care when you are taking a health insurance in India? The first thing you have to check out, what is the coverage you want in India? For that, you have to check out, do you have a health insurance coverage for you and for your family in abroad? Maybe your company is covering you and your family in their health insurance. But check out whether they are covering even in India with that policy or not. Suppose if that policy, your existing employer's policy is not covering any of the health medical emergencies in India, then please make sure that you are taking one separate health insurance for you and for your family with a sufficient coverage. Second important thing you have to check out, like what is the coverage you should have. It depends upon where you are living and how many people are there in your family and the health conditions of your family members. So why I'm saying this, maybe you wanted to take a coverage, you wanted to take a treatment in India. Unfortunately, if anything happens, then you may prefer to take a treatment in India. At that time, maybe the coverage, whatever you have taken, it may not be sufficient for you. Recently, another case happened, like one person applied for term insurance, and when he went for a term insurance, medical checkup is free. He is just 41 years old, and in health checkup, they came to know that there is some problem in his heart. And he redo that health checkup, and he found that he has a 90% block in his heart. And then immediately he went to Bombay's famous hospital, and he has done his bypass surgery. 41-year-old. Now you just imagine if that is a case, like which hospital you wanted to go if there is any medical emergency. You have to think about it and you have to take a decisions on that. When you take care of your medical emergencies in particular hospital, you have to take care whether that hospital is in small city or like metropolitan cities. And when you are taking a health insurance, you have to check out the room rent limit. Because if the policy says that you can claim only up to 5,000 room rent, all your medical expenditures like doctor fees, nurses fees, and other surgery costs, everything will depend upon based on the room rent what you have opted. But suppose if you are opting a 10,000 room, in spite of you are having a 5,000 room rent category in your health insurance, then you have to think, because all of your costs are increasing as per your room rent which you have opted, then you may have to pay maybe a 50% of the amount, like based on the room rent which you have opted, then you have to pay from your pocket. So that's why it is very important to check out the coverage, what you have opted in your policy copy. Then another important things you have to consider, that is a waiting period. As I mentioned in my other videos in the YouTube channel, you can check out that what are the waiting periods. But at present, I'm just briefly saying that there are different waiting periods, like 30 days waiting period, that up to 30 days you are not covered anything in the policy. And after 30 days, there are 2-year waiting period. There are some specific diseases which will cover only after 2 years. And if there is any pre-existing disease, it will cover after 2 years or 4 years, depending upon the company and the policy which you are opted. And based on that, you have to wait for certain diseases. There are some permanent exclusions are also applicable based on your pre-existing disease or based on some of them HIV/AIDS or like plastic surgery. If you are doing for cosmetic reasons and all, it will be permanently excluded. You have to take care all these waiting periods and you have to understand before taking a health insurance plan. Then you have to take care about the sublimits. in some of the policies there are sublimits. That means some of the things which is not covered, and even if it is covered at a certain percentage it will cover. So you have to just check what is the sublimits, and again you check about the co-payments. There is an option called co-payment. If you are suppose going for a co-payment option, maybe you have to pay the less premium in the initial stage when you are paying a premium, but make sure that if there is a small medical emergencies, it's okay. But if it is just imagine that maybe you have taken an insurance policy for your parents who are the senior citizens, and that is a senior citizen policy. If there is a co-payment of 30% or 50%, then you just imagine that if your bill is 10 lakh rupees, then you may have to pay 3 lakh or 5 lakh rupees based on the policy from your pocket. That may be a huge amount for you. Then you have to take care, you have to think about, are you going for a base plan or are you going for a top-up plan? Now, when to cover base plan and when to cover a top-up plan? Base plan is a normal plan which you are taking with a base cover. That means if anything happens as per the waiting period, then you are getting a coverage up to the sum insured which you are opting. But if it is a top-up plan, there is a deductible amount. That means up to that deductible amount, company is not taking care. On and above the deductible amount, company is taking care. For example, if you have chosen that 3 lakh deductible and 10 lakh up to 3 lakh rupees, if any medical emergencies comes, you have to take care from your other insurance policies or from your pocket. Apart from that, above 3 lakh rupees, if anything comes, that will cover under top-up plan. Now, when you have to opt this, suppose if you have a sufficient coverage in your policy which you have taken in abroad, and that is covering even in India, and if you have some more years to retire, and if you are thinking that maybe later there are the chances which I may not get a health insurance plan, at that time you can take one top-up plan with lesser premium. And when it comes to when maybe you are planning to retire or when you want to settle in India, maybe after 4 or 5 years you can convert that top-up plan into a base plan. So you just think about whether you are opting for a top-up plan and or the base plan. Next important thing you have to take care in the health insurance is that is your parents' health insurance. Maybe you are working there in abroad, parents are staying in India, you may not be having a good coverage for them, or maybe for themselves they have taken 2 lakh, 3 lakh rupees coverage. If you see today's diseases and the medical expenses which will come during according to that different diseases, then you may have to think about the sufficient coverage, because as they are your parents, maybe tomorrow if they are hospitalized for any reason, and if the coverage what they have taken at present it may not be sufficient, at that time they will come back to you, and you anyway it is your responsibility to help your parents. At that time, instead of spending a lot of money from your pocket, it is better to have a sufficient coverage even for your parents. So these are some of the important things you have to think about before taking a health insurance. And when you come down to India, before going to any of the functions, any of the outing and all, please make sure that you are spending at least 1 week or 2 to 3 days just to plan about your health insurance, term insurance, accidental insurance, and many other financial commitments you have to do or financial decisions you have to take in India. Because otherwise it may be late, and when you are planning to go back to abroad, at that time if you are thinking to take this one, maybe it may delay because of some of the technical reasons or because of some of the other reasons, and you may not get a chance to take a right insurance, and maybe you are in a hurry and you may take a wrong decisions at that time. So it's a humble request, because I have seen many people has gone through that process and they have finally before going back, they have regretted saying that I would have taken this decision when I was in India for the vacation for the first time before going to do any other work. So this is about how you have to take care about your health insurance. I'm conducting 3 hours workshop for all the NRIs. In this workshop, I'm covering majority of the things which you have to take care in India regarding to your personal finance. This workshop is related to personal finance mastery, and this is on 8th July at 10 a.m. The details are given in the description. Please go to that and reserve your seats. There are only 100 seats available for this workshop. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon in my next video. Till that, please subscribe and send it to your NRI's friend so that they can do and learn about these things which they have to take care when they come back to India. Please subscribe and share it to your friends and click the bell icon so that you will get a notification when I share another video related to your finance.